Today we're going to review how to enter mileage logs into the SharePoint system. The first step to do so is to open up the SharePoint site. Once you're in the site, you're going to find some links along the side here for the Expense Reporting Center. You also can go to the Policy and Procedures Center, and you can also click on the Receipt Claim Center here. But for our purposes today, we're going to click on the Expense Reporting Center. Once in the center, you'll find how-to videos and links to various tasks that are being done as part of the expense reporting process. Today we're going to click on the Claim Receipt Center. Once you're in the Claim Receipt Center, you'll find a link to the right of the screen that says Submit Mileage Logs. You'll also find a listing of pending mileage logs that are currently open. To create a mileage log, you simply click on the link. It brings up a form. In the form, we are asking for details related to the trip that you're taking. Obviously, it's going to bring in today's date, and it will bring in you as the traveler. You can select if there's a customer it's related to, simply by going down the list here, or if you know the customer name, you can just start typing. It'll bring it in. You can select whether the trip is going to be billable to the customer or not. And you can select the division that it is related to. Indicate the trip, purpose, or the work that's being performed. In this section, you'll find aspects of the trip. The first waypoint in the trip is your starting location. You indicate where you're coming from. By city and maybe a particular location, or you can enter an address. To indicate your next waypoint, you can choose either a midway point or a destination. If this is a round trip on your mileage log, for example, you're going to a customer location and you're coming back to the office in the same day, you can indicate a waypoint to be the destination. Insert another item for your destination. Indicate your beginning odometer reading. And then indicate your ending odometer reading. It'll calculate for you the total mileage for the trip. The mileage rate is hard-coded into this form. It is currently based off of the federal reimbursement rate. And the company will, from time to time, change this rate, but it's not a rate that you can change on this form. If you feel the rate is incorrect, please be sure to contact your manager, and they will notify the appropriate folks on our end so that we can make that change. And of course, it calculates the reimbursement rate based off the mileage rate. You can submit this as a draft. So for example, if you're only at your starting location and you may be in your car on the phone, on your smartphone, you can fill in this form, indicate the beginning odometer reading, and once you've completed the trip, and then save it as a draft, and then once you've completed the trip, you can then open it up as a pending mileage log, and I'll do that here in just a second, and put in the ending odometer reading and then submit as file. In this case, we're going to include everything in here. And it takes us back to our receipt claim center. Now, if you have a pending mileage log, you can simply click on the log. And there's some information on here. This is a testing log that we've put together here. And we can always come here and indicate the ending mileage, 23 miles here in this particular case. And we can submit this as a final as well. Once the mileage log has been submitted, it will then become available for it to be included in an expense report. As we come down to the bottom of the screen, we'll see a listing of receipts and mileage logs. You can tell the difference by the icons here of items that still need to be submitted to an expense report for reimbursement. And in here you'll find the new mileage log that we created. And this mileage log right here is actually the pending mileage log. And for those of you who are sharp, you'll notice that the amount is actually a penny off from the form that we had out there. On the form it was at $12.99. Because the mileage rate is at 56.5 cents, sometimes when we calculate the mileage, we're going to come up with fractional cents. When the mileage log is submitted as a final mileage log, the system will round that mileage up by 1 penny. And that's what we're seeing here. So if we were to click on this particular form, open it up in a new tab, we can see that the form has been finalized. This particular log has been finalized. And as we can see, this is from the testing pending form that we completed. And you can see how the mileage, the reimbursement amount has been rounded up to the nearest penny. In future videos, we'll talk about how to aggregate all your receipts and mileage logs into an expense report and submit it for reimbursement. Thank you.